No disrespect to San Jose State, because I thought it's hard to play with 7 guys, and I thought they battled pretty good. They got really fatigued, and we kept the pace of the game moving fast, and the defensive pressure up that kind of wore down on them. But hopefully you can understand, if we had 6 or 7 of those games like that at home, where your confidence can really grow as a basketball team. And you have several teams in the conference that had the ability to do that, and we've been kind of up and down. So it was a good game for us to play before we go to Christmas break, just to give guys some minutes, give guys an opportunity to play, to shoot it, to feel good about what they're doing and everything. So I'm hoping that we gain some ground and we can continue to get a little bit better when we get back after the break and get back to conference play at 0-0 and everybody's even. I think it's, it all starts then, and we'll see where we are as a basketball team.
Ernie, when you're playing a team that's facing as many challenges as that one was, is there some apprehension or worry as a coach that your team may not benefit as much from it?
No, because sometimes when you're walking wounded like that, you play at a different level. And I thought they played well. When you don't have 7 guys, you know you're going to play, so you know you can get your shots up. The challenge for us wasn't so much about San Jose State as it was for us. This was our Christmas game to each other, and we wanted to get out here feeling good about ourselves and make sure we had a chance to have a great Christmas. So we wanted to play hard in the game, and we got that. I thought we got that accomplished. We wanted everybody to get in the game. We got that accomplished too, and we wanted to play smart, play well in the game. I thought we did those things. So everything we needed to do in terms of what we wanted out of the game, not so much about who you were playing, but what we wanted out of it, we were able to do that.
Are you pulling guys aside in the game and saying, Dexter, I want you to drive a little more, use this game as an opportunity to work on things like that?
No, I think for me, when you talk about confidence in young people, my conversation is along the lines of play with confidence, because I thought, particularly in Dex's case, he had a lot of opportunities in the first half and didn't capitalize on them. He did down the stretch. But you look at guys like Trevor Dunbar, Jordan Reed, I thought they played well in the game. They really did. Q Johnson played well in the game. In the heat of the battle in the game, they did a nice job. So my conversation's along those lines. You're doing a great job. You're playing well. Continue to do what you're doing. Look at this, do that. And then we tried to get some calls for Jordan, and we went at him to give him some confidence, to give him some points and things like that. So it's more about confidence when you see those sidebar conversations going on out on the floor with guys.
Josh is obviously putting up very good numbers right now. What does he need to improve on before he starts going up against Pac-12 opponents?
I don't think he needs to. If anything, it's his defense in terms of defending the drive, because there's going to be games where we're going to have to switch. He's going to get stuck on a smaller player, maybe at the end of a shot clock. And I think teams have kind of picked on him when we were switching early on. That's it. Outside of that, and this may amaze you, we don't run plays for Josh. That's 17 shots he's gotten in that game. There's other games we've had 18 shots. He really fits our style of play and what we do in our system, because he really has a tremendous feel for the game. So his shots come just from finding out where to float to open areas on the floor, and our guys are doing a good job of finding them. So it's almost like you're running a play, but you don't have to call his number, because he has tremendous feel. So he gets a lot of shots up. He did not take one single bad shot tonight. He had another game where he had 18 shots and took 1 bad shot. That's a tremendous productivity out of a 4 spot for a guy that I think is just getting better. Every day in practice, every game, he gets a little bit better.
It did seem like we were seeing more passes before shots. Were you seeing that, and does that indicate to you the offense is becoming more second nature to them?
It indicates that it is. And again, this level of opponent, not disrespecting them, understand again that if you had an opportunity to move the ball like that, your confidence comes, you see things better. We opened up the season again at UTEP TCU. Those passing lanes were closing up quick with those athletes out on the floor. So, yes, it is an indication that things are getting better, but Trevor Dunbar had a lot to do with that. I mean, he has a tremendous vision on the floor, and I thought he gave a lot of opportunities for guys to score easy buckets out on the floor, and he was in the game.
The guy like Josh, you've seen him score from the outside, score on the inside. Against a team like Gonzaga, he wasn't going to have as much success inside. Do you go into a game preparing to give him the ball more, beyond the arc, or is it just kind of how the game flows?
How the game flows, because even in the Gonzaga game, we ran a couple sets for him, and he knocked down a couple of threes in the game. But the reason he didn't have as much success is because in that game, Devontae missed a lot of shots. If Devontae plays his normal game, it just opens up the floor for Josh. When you have a guy, and Dex didn't shoot the ball well in that game, Q didn't play well in that game, Jordan didn't play well in that game, now you can sit on a guy like Josh. But when you got guys that are making shots and that floor gets spread, now a guy with his skill set, he really starts to shine out on the floor.
With the confidence that Trevor's playing with right now, could you see him moving into that starting point guard role?
No, he's been pretty doggone good. I don't know if that's going to happen. I'm just happy that he's starting to find his game because he's starting to find it at the right time. And typically for freshmen, you know, this first part of the year with your academics and the newness to everything, it's the hardest part of their careers. And if they can kind of weather that and get through that, they start to come a little bit. So he's playing well right now. He started to play well about 3 weeks ago. So I'm glad he had this type of a game to really gain some confidence. Now, if he can come back from the break and continue to play that kind of confidence, that's a big plus for us.
How do you want to see the team use this week stretch that they have without playing?
Go home and enjoy their families, enjoy Christmas, what it really is about, not giving presents. And I talked about that in the locker room right now. Go home and just sit back and enjoy your families, and then come back and let's just get back to work again.
And then how do you spend it? Do you spend a lot of time looking at the next opponent and then looking at even Pac-12 opponents?
We watch a lot of basketball, but I'm going to take some time to spend with my kids. I need to do that, but at some point in time, we will be back watching film. Probably, I'm traveling back here on Christmas Day. That's an indication of what goes on for us coaches.